That hello everybody, welcome. We
Hey
thought
there.
we'd show you this nice little underwater scene.
No. This is all you. It's not we. I hadn't been down here before a minute ago. This is all you. This is all your scenery. Congrats.
Yeah, and this is actually not far from where we logged out from, so...
Yeah. We were waiting there. There was a fate practically right on top of us. We went to that. And then we noticed that there was like a aether current like 90 yolms away. And that was pretty much on the shore of this lake.
Hello, Orca. Yes, Kitty is very wet.
Yes. Don't make me think about it any more than I have to.
It's not that bad.
Yes, it is. It's wet.
And here's the road. And there's the ruined village.
Are there non-killer piranha? There are no piranhas in
There's a
Africa.
fish to go for it right there! What are you talking about, Orca?
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Cinderfield. Yeah, that's a good name.
This is what's left of from the war. Goanna.
By the 12. Yes.
What happened
So that's
here?
interesting.
Yeah, he said by the 12.
Yeah, which is not going to be a New World phrase.
Yeah, that is very much an Eorzean phrase. Okay, Wuk Evu.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinderfield.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yoqui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
Oh dear. Ah, someone was there to witness it.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the scale scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours. If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace.
Buff your tails and scurry off then! Cowards like you ill-deserve the bounty of this forest. Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives.
Ooh, those are wise words.
Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
A galleon?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then?
You all get slaughtered underneath and
You
sent
do
to
not
reservations.
know the
That's what
warlords
happens.
of the East. But you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation, the guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
So what 80-year-olds do we have lurking nearby?
I don't know. I'm thinking it might be,
And so
Aaron
began
Bell's,
that legendary
mentor.
banquet.
Hmm.
Viera do live a long time.
One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chabral steamed Najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the dawn servant laughed and declared once more, their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Shabral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong?
Yeah, there's someone else here.
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
No, I don't think so in this case.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
A nice touch is the vow of resolve sounded younger.
The more I am learning of Bukul Jaja, the more I am really impressed with him. Koana?
I never imagined our father was instrumental to Zibruk Pibil's invention. I hope I have been of sufficient service to the Third Promise.
I think so. Papa really lived up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. And now we're doing the same. I have new pants.
It is leg day.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Possibly, I get all the Jajas confused.
Yeah.
All their names are so similar. Wuk? It's thanks to Wuk Evu that we're able to learn from the forest's history. That's twice now he's helped us. To think that we might never have met if he'd not thought to fix the float. It's funny how connections are made like that.
Yeah, he's the same. The Feast of Repast. Unknown gift. Bananas still weigh heavily upon Koana's mind. Do we need to get, like, Carrie Belafonte on the case? Wuk Wuk Evu has given us valuable insight into the origins of Zeebrugge Bibil. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves. Unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion? With a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you.
Thank you, Doodles! I am a Jaja, he's a Jaja, she's a Jaja, we're all Jajas! Would you like to be a Jaja too? Look out, it's Jaja Gabor! Or would that be Gabor Jaja?
Buklamat?
What does Kuana want with a monument?
Clues at the very least? Offerings, maybe? It is only speculation, but I dare to hope. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true. Especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Amati, Rylea, Theron, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye.
Sure thing!
Stoic nod. Look here. This soil has been recently overturned.
Ooh, someone's buried a box.
Box, box, box. What's in the box? Well, well. I would have been satisfied only to find a hint, but here they are. Fresh Najul leaves. Hunmu Rook's doing, I'd wager. There's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end.
So he planned all this from the start. Thank you again, Wuk Evu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help.
It was my honor to render assistance. And, with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, Third Promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the Feat of Reeds, I've been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanuhanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ihihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolal and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. I cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to Igbrax. Like I said, he goes on the cabinet.
After checking for Aether Companies. 458 to the south. That's quite some distance.
Yeah, and it's a different one than the last one we sensed. which should be, west or northwest of here.
Oh!
That's a pit.
That's a
Cenote,
Cahote.
I suppose.
Cenote. Yeah, that's quite the
Oh,
cenote.
yeah. Zobrit Sole. And this is the Zobrit Cinder Field.
Yep. And that's another one there.
Yeah. Most of the larger circles on the minimap are probably cenotes.
More than likely. Southwest.
Try again now.
$444 to the west.
Uh-huh. Okay, there's the new location for me.
Still to the west.
Must be fairly near the dirigible landing then. Either that or it's past it.
Still to the west.
How far?
221.
So that's about 20. Okay, it's on the other side of the big lake or cenote then.
I think it's a lake.
Yeah, okay, that's a lake. That's where the
40 to the west. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Oh, yep. We went right by it earlier.
No, I don't want to kill your cuteness. You're gonna make me kill the cuteness.
You just interrupted me, so most likely.
No. Fine.
They're cute and all, but they're no Gala kittens.
No.
A little dock over here.
Yep. There's a fish out in the water.
Fishy!
Right there. Fishy for Riley, yeah.
Fishy. Yes, sir. Got south from me or south on the map?
It's always south from where
I
you're
know,
currently.
but it's from the one video you posted.
Yes.
I know, it's always relative.
And 300 and some to the north.
Huh. Well off into an area I haven't seen yet. Back in the village. Among the village people.
You have to wonder whether Wuk Evu is actually a historian and not a shipwright. He might be both.
I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect.
I hope so. I'm famished. Wait at destination.
Okay, he does not change.
Same with Wuk Lamont.
Great. Excuse you. How did everyone fare?
We got the Najul leaves. Wuk Evu came along and helped us find them. Wuk Evu was here. I would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson.
That Gulul Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely.
Leave it to my old man to find the oddest solutions. But how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Urianje and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we needed, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course.
And I am pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest had on offer.
Stretching those firewood muscles! Spoken like a true expert. Aaronville and I found our Ibruk, so we should have the meat aplenty.
It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. Uh-oh. People have been killed for less, Aaronville.
What part of never speak to this to anyone did you not understand? LSA never change.
We might want to post a guard over Aaronville for the next night or two. I picked a good portion of local herbs, with particular attention to the seeds that yield agiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Through further inquiry, did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts. Both of us, trained at the Bismarck.
I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me.
Really?
And you, too, I hope. As I recall, both of you are accomplished culinarians? Yes!
My goodness, they actually acknowledged it for once.
Ooh, my mouth is watering already!
Yeah, we might need 2 or 3 attempts, though. Especially for high quality.
Without further delay, then...
Wow. Thankfully,
it
unlike
smells
Iron
so
Chef, this is
good.
not timed.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
What is he planning on
At
doing?
first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bako Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Ah, but does it count?
We're gonna find out.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then.
Suddenly, taco in his hand.
In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Pibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
We shall see. Tiny taco!
I wish the mini tacos at Trader Joe's hadn't gone downhill so much.
I see. While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
For cooking, it makes everything. Cooking is chemistry, after all.
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
What is he thinking? Oh dear,
His
she sees
ambition only
something.
grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime.
She's going foodie.
Oh, she was always a foodie.
This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Ow!
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
Don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
Sorry, Wuk, that's not happening.
It was palatable enough, I suppose.
Kalana.
To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
The others had a pattern?
Yes.
Well, I should get going then.
See you at the next feat, guys.
I'm glad that I
That would have been a trial for us all.
wasn't paired with one of the others.
You and me both.
We can do better than that, surely.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important.
Uh-oh. What'd you forget?
Was there any shipwreck people left? I could really use another helping.
Really?
Well, I'm glad it went well, and we did well enough to pass the trial, but obviously we need to do better. That obviously was not high quality, because nobody's clothes exploded off of them.
Yes. And they weren't sent to the eternal bliss of food. Trial. No, not Rift. Trial. I'm relieved our dish was so well received. We need to start considering how to reclaim that keystone from Bukla Jaja.
Depriving the first promise of a keystone is a crucial victory indeed. One final feat remains. After this one, I hardly know what to expect. I can tell you what to expect. Adventure!
That was so good! I'm already looking forward to having some Zabrik Pibel again. Here, Theron, Rylea, Kryel made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it! But I'm thinking of buying more for the road myself. Now that the feat of repast is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, yes? Right?
Sure.
Housing items!
Pibel.
Pibel.
This traditional Yaktel dish is made by marinating the meat of a brute in spices before wrapping it in Jatika banana leaf and steaming it in an earthen oven. Historically, it symbolizes a peace formed between the Zabral and Mamulja peoples. New wares are now available from the Zabral merchant in Ixbrax.
Probably you can continue buying it for a housing item.
Right.
Checking with Wuk again. Feet of the Brotherhood, here we come!
A father's grief. The next feat awaits, and Alphino would have you on the road as soon as possible.
Actually, decline!
Too late!
Okay, we'll accept. I just noticed the minimap full of bangs.
Right. I accepted just as you said it. You're saying decline, and my screen's going black.
Sorry.
Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of Brotherhood without delay. It might be wise, but it's not what we're doing. Wise, yes, but impossible. The Tianbek Traverse, which connects the upper forest to the Jatika heartland, is still impassable.
Is there no other route?
I'm afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway, though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Then let us each use this time as we see fit. By doing side quests. I, for one, would like to explore the village's surrounds. If Erinville would oblige me with a tour. Very well. I have no other engagements. Just wait until you see all those bangs.
Then I'll come with you, if only to prove that I am capable of keeping my footing.
Oh no.
Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me the opportunity to look into my grandfather's proposed visit to Yaktel. Oh, that's right. Mudlu did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades ago, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us, Theron? Rylea?
Maybe in a week. Let us reconvene here after our respective diversions. And we're going to be very, very diverted.
As I recall, the merchant met my grandfather at the market in Yaktel some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let us make inquiries where we can. But first, side quests.
Woohoo!
Speaking
Would you
of
like to
which,
side with your quest?
what class do I want to do it in?
Ooh, right.
I think the answer is Dancer!
Okay then. Yeah, don't say.
Oh, he's down there.
Indeed.
So let's try and get this one over here first. If we can get there from here, maybe we should do the other one first.
Are we having elevation problems?
We're having elevation and walled you can't get there from here problems. Concerned villager. Hello, Mrs. Concerned. How can we help?
The Crimson Cenote. The concerned villager anxiously awaits the return of her friend.
Oh, hello. You look like you can handle yourselves. Please, if you could spare a moment, I desperately need your help. You see, one of my friends said he was going fishing in a cenote, but hasn't come back for some time. While the right cenote can be quite bountiful, they naturally attract all sorts of hungry beasts. I'm worried something terrible has happened. I do not know which one he went to, but I'll ask that you search Ikrak Tusoi to the east of the dirigible landing. I have another one in mind for myself. Hopefully he'll be at one of them.
Hopefully.
Okay, not this cenote.
Nope. Remember, the entire point of us not having flying is to force us to learn the map.
Yes. Oh, by the way, checking with the local merchant.
Ah, yes.
Yep, there it is, the brick people.
5,000.
That way, if you use it up, you can get another one. Ah, must be in the hunt area. I don't see a chocobo with a red and white hood here.
That was a little bit ago, so I think we've kind of gone by. Sorry. Praying mantises. Ral Tiuk has an infestation on his hands.
Oh, with the buns? That's Peeps.
Ah,
We have Peeps and Marshmallow.
yes. You're one of Huklamat's companions, aren't you? Stout of arm, fierce of mien? Yes. I think you might be just the people I'm looking for to take care of a little pest problem. Since the storm raged through these parts, we've seen a marked increase in the number of ill-tempered mantises. If left unchecked, they could prove a threat to the forest's natural balance. Normally, I'd send a group of our own to take care of them, but we're short-handed at the moment. I reckon you could do the culling of a pair of hunters, though. So, I'll ask you to rid us of 2 of these nuisances. You can find them to the south of our village. And good luck, though I doubt you'll need it.
Still always appreciated. Okay, I think we need to go and take this road down.
Yeah. That seems likely. And yeah, this area is pretty...
Good try, Doodles! Marshmallow Peeps!
Hopeful swimmer. Getting to the bottom of things. The hopeful swimmer is searching for someone with lungs of legend.
Oh, hello. Did you come here to take a dip in the waters too? If you're a strong swimmer as you look, there's something I'd like your help with. What you see before you is a stoli, or a cenote, as they're more commonly known. And it's far more vast than it appears from the surface. Even I've heard that there are some connected by underwater tunnels. The one here's called Sida Tasatsole, And the stories say that long ago, a swimmer with lungs like a fish made it all the way to a cenote in the northwest. But no one since has been able to swim that far. Apparently, he left a sack of coins at the bottom of the cenote to mark his arrival. If you think you're his equal, maybe you can retrieve it. I've been dying to know if the legend is true. Time for some swimming. Whew, here's a landscape.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear, how big is this underwater map?
Big.
Of course, we can kind of
Definitely
cheat
big.
here. Hold on.
Hold on.
How enclosed do we want this to be?
I don't know.
Oh, shoot, I had it.
It seems to be going a lot deeper before invisible
Here we go.
than the other dead.
All aboard!
Right.
This is the perfect mount for this. Wow, this is expansive.
Uh-huh. And like I said, I got pretty deep and I was not getting invisible yet. Yeah, this is probably about the bottom. Uh-huh.
Waterlogged coin purse.
I'm amazed it hasn't rotted. And yeah. 550 to the east.
Let's see how deep this goes. Oh, wall here.
Now, steer a bit north.
Discovered new
Thank you, that's a
location.
map ping. Yeah, okay, you didn't have that either. We're off map.
Yes, we are off map.
Well.
Who needs lungs of steel when you can breathe underwater? Fishies!
Fishy, fishy. A fist for fishy, that's good enough for me. Pretty extensive, still not as fun to explore as Guild Wars 2. Which actually has some findables and such. In their underwater caverns.
Also, don't forget the salt lake under the locks in Alamigo.
True.
That has
That's
a
been
lot.
the main explorable place.
Ah, you're back. I tried to hold my breath until you returned, but that didn't last long. Anyway, did you find the coins?
Waterlogged coin purse. Although the coins within are corroded and rusty, what markings remain identify them as Pelu Pelu currency.
They really were there? So the two cenotes were actually connected. I didn't actually go up to the surface.
Fine.
You didn't? Well, if those coins were there, then the legend must be true, right? You know, I've heard tale that some cenote connect to the salt, but I didn't believe it at first, but now it's hard not to imagine such a thing. Alright, my mind's made up. I'll be the one to first reach the salt through a cenote. Who's going to be brave enough to find coins I'll leave behind, eh?
Well, since we can be down there somewhat infinite time... Nah, it's water. Never mind.
You just have no sense of adventure, do you?
I have plenty of sense of adventure. As long as it's dry.
The grizzled villager. Don't want to deal with that just yet. Southwest. Ooh, fate. If we can get there in time.
Yes. 33% progress. Teachable again. The fruit of the problem. Ask any Zabral and they will tell you that the belly of an Ikit is deeper than the deepest cenote. This comes much to the dismay of Ixbrax's foragers, who must compete with creatures for the jungle's fruit. Any assistance in scaring off the insatiable sapiens would not only be greatly appreciated, but greatly rewarded. Now, that's gold. So that should be 2 of us in this zone. 2 for us. Something.
There's a... I see an 8th Icaran.
Need to be keeping our eye out for vistas as well.
Though I do see one modification they've done recently to Dancer that I'm liking.
Okay.
Though it might only affect if I'm using Rift. It's not breaking dance partner every time I mount up.
Yes, that would be an improvement. Okay. 2 leaf mantises.
298 yalms to the south. That's probably going to be in the lower forest, is my bet.
Seems likely.
Let's double check this.
Ooh, that's
yeah,
down there.
it still goes south. That's going to be in the other part of the zone.
It's a pity that the cenote went off to the north and not to the south.
Yeah. Still to the south. northeast.
Okay. So up near Yakawaksole. That's the one I think we were sensing a little bit earlier tonight.
Oh. $258 to the north. By the way, it looks like we have a quest waiting for us at the airship landing.
Yes.
Northeast.
Over on that rise on the other side, probably.
Ooh, big kitties.
Yeah, Idle Camera was getting them for me earlier.
Yeah, the idle camera has quite a reach.
It was not getting these, at least not when I looked.
And crustaceans.
I'm frankly happier that it got me the Smilodons.
Southeast. So probably
Really?
on this rise over
okay,
here.
yeah. Southeast. Circled around more than I thought. Yep, there it is.
$750 to the south.
We have none of the quest ones, but we now have 4 of the 10. Is that right? Yes. 4 of the 10 findables.
The gate did not open.
No. This isn't where we came in. Or left.
Excuse me, good sir. You look like you might have a quest.
Something need doing? Watching the watchtowers. Zas Oga needs someone to mend the mistake of a forgetful apprentice.
Oh dear.
You there, came to do a good deed? I need to get a delivery to one of my apprentices, and none of my own are free to handle the task. We maintain the dirigibles in these parts, but my crew is also in charge of making sure the watchtowers are in top shape. Since the Great Storm, we've had to take special care to ensure they stay upright. I asked one of my new recruits to do a round of the towers, but he forgot to take his damn supplies. Hasn't been the first time either.
Oh dear.
Any road, there's 3 towers spread across Utomu Horizon, and doubtless the lad is near one of them. It'll be a bit of a trek, but who doesn't like a bit of fresh air, eh?
Here, we're gonna cut across. Looking for a missing fisherman.
Yeah. Well, we know we're not in Africa.
Yeah, there's piranhas. And everyone
Exactly.
knows there's
There
no
are no
piranhas
piranha
in
in
Africa.
Africa.
Okay, Mr. Fisherman, you doing okay?
I owe you my life. Although I guess some of that debt is owed to my friend for sending such a strong pair of fighters. Either way, we'd best leave before the scent of blood attracts even more creatures. Speak with me again at Ixbrax.
Seven nine to the south. That's probably gonna be in the other zone as well.
Yeah.
This gate looks familiar.
Yep. Why are we going over this gate?
Because it's in the way. And here's the first watchtower.
Mm-hmm. Expecting something a little taller. Come on. Oh, okay.
Base looks pretty corroded.
There isn't a soul to be seen, but the dirt nearby has been recently disturbed.
How disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. No. We're not dealing with you again.
How about him?
Why is the plant life so cantankerous?
They don't have enough fertilizer.
Apparently.
There is no one in sight, but you see fresh footprints following the road heading south.
Ah!
There we go.
There's our
Taking in the view, and it's a heck of a view.
Yes, it is. However, someone needs to be working.
You're looking for someone from the dirigible crew? Well, I'm someone from the dirigible crew, as luck would have it. Did you need something from me? Watchtower repair supplies. These supplies are used to repair and maintain the watchtowers dotting the Utomu horizon.
Yeah, you forgot these.
Supplies from the old man? Damn, I forgot them again. I haven't had a reason to use them yet, so I didn't even notice they were missing. Thank you for coming all the way out here. I don't have any coin to give you, but I know a few things an outsider wouldn't. For instance, this tower is called the Night Stalker's Shadow. It was built so we could keep an eye on the Mamul Jaw in the valley below. Yeah, I could have guessed that part. It used to be garrisoned by warriors, but these days hunters use it to get a lay of the land and sight potential prey. But I don't care about all that. I'm just here for the view. I joined the dirigible crew in the first place so I could spend my days under the open sky, and coming to this tower is always the high point of my day. That being said, I still have to do my work if I want to stay on Zasugah's good side, especially after forgetting the supplies again. I won't return until this tower is good as new. It'll make the view all the sweeter. And we have a couple of people trying to stir a fate on us.
One more time.
Oh, jeez. Those supplies will help me make this tower as good as the day it was built. Tell the old man I won't be back till my work is perfect. talking about a swarm. How will we hold the tower? There's only 2 of us.
No, there's more than 2 of you. It's a ball sentry. Nope,
Mantis mating. Yeah. Mantis mating season is upon us. Females gather in numbers to feed before they lay their eggs. Unfortunately, they have a taste for, well, anything that moves. My partner and I have spotted a swarm no more than a stone's throw from this very watchtower and have put out the call to express for reinforcements. But, as you can see, they're slow to arrive. I would normally not burden an outsider with the troubles of our people, but I fear my companion and I cannot hold this tower alone, and if we fall, the village may be next. Aiding the Zabral.
By the way, you might want to turn on your tank stance because I am going to bring it.
Okay. Tank stance on. By the dozens.
Notice the fate's almost over.
Yeah, I know.
I told you I was going to bring it.
Yep.
That's 3 down, 3 to go.
Mm-hmm. At least until the next swarm comes.
See you guys. And I'm gonna just cut on through.
Cut on through to the other side.
Yeah, I've yet to start fishing in this area. I bet there's lots of neat fish here.
With page-long descriptions.
Yes!
There you are. Hope you didn't have to go from one end to the horizon from one end of the horizon to the other in your search. He's a good lad, but I always say he doesn't need to ride a dirigible on account of his head already being in the clouds. But when he can focus, his work is solid, and I can't deny he loves the dirigibles as much as any of us. He even has the potential to take over for me in time if he can stop being so careless. But enough about that. I'm sure you're eager for your reward, eh? Take this, and if you ever want to behold the forest in all its beauty, you're welcome to take a voyage into the skies. No, we're not. We don't have enough aether currents yet.
We're working on it! We are so working on it.
Mm-hmm. The cuteness lies in wait.
Still to the south. They do offer that as a mount, but it's kind of ugly to get. Hello, novice fisher.
I owe you my life, and make no mistake.
Thank you for saving my friend. If you hadn't arrived even a moment later, I shudder to think what would have happened.
I'm sorry I caused all this fuss. I was just fantasizing about all the fish I'd bring home and forgot there's a reason why they call that the Crimson Cenote. I suppose you might not have heard the legends behind that name, eh, travelers? They're grim and make no mistake. It's said that during the war with the Mamul Jah, the cenote used to be a burial place for our fallen. There are also stories of desperate people diving in to avoid capture by the enemy. In both cases, the monstrous fish in Ikras solely feasted, and its waters would be stained red. Sometimes it's easy to forget the lessons our stories teach us, but there's a reason they persist. I won't go fishing again without a proper escort. You have my word on that. Well, that had a familiar ring to it.
Yep. Just one more to turn in and then back on to MSQ. Hello, Raltuk.
You're back, and much quicker than I thought you'd be. You've made a difference today, even if you can't tell at a glance. Those things are ravenous and mindlessly engulf smaller prey to sate their bottomless hunger. Normally, larger animals would keep their numbers in check, but there are far fewer predators stalking the woods since the storm. This has given the mantises a chance to flourish, but at the expense of everything else. Of course, the natural inclination of living beings is to reproduce, but nature rests on a delicate balance. Maintaining that balance is only one of a hunter's duties. Today, you helped us restore a small bit of harmony to the forest, and I hope you gained a deeper understanding of our relationship to the land we call home. I'm honored to have worked with one of Huklamat's own.
You are very welcome.
Wondered enough to give us toast.
Toast.
Royal toast.
I can make royal toast. Okay, back to MSQ. After these equipment messages.
So it would seem. Again?
Yeah. 16. Ew. Okay. You want to shift over to...
Oh, right, main story.
And here they are. Checking Kryle first. I hope someone in Ilbrax knows something. This fellow looks promising. Definitely older than I am.
A foreign mage. 20 years ago? Yes, I remember him. It's not often we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants. Baby girl, as I recall. I only saw him in passing, mind. If anyone were to know more, I'd wager it would be Hunman Rook. He was already in his Braxrax then.
A baby girl? It couldn't have been. Thank you, sir. That information is very helpful.
Bring it up, you two.
Checking with the visitor again, or villager.
If you want to know more about that mage, I'd suggest speaking with Hunmu Rook. He's sure to remember him.
Go here, go there.
Yep. Or a lot in life.
Hold this. Fix that. Kill that other thing.
Seam rip that.
This may be the very lead I was hoping for.
It might be.
So, Hunmu Rook has been the Brock's Rocks over 20 years. That's before I was even born.
Hello again. Do you require assistance?
A foreign mage passed through Ilbrox roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him?
Why do you ask me this? Who is this man to you?
He may have been my grandfather, and I wish to know what brought him here.
Your grandfather?
Not by blood, but he is family nonetheless.
A foreign mage did indeed visit Igbrox. Master Galuf.
That would be the man!
Indeed. So far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied. More than that, however, I cannot say.
Why not?
I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding.
Very well, I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover for myself. Out of more general curiosity, I have another question. They say the Akoi once dwelt in these forests. Where was that exactly?
General curiosity indeed. But yes, before they withdrew to Urkupacha some 5 centuries ago, the Okoi claimed Yaktel as their own. Many of their architectural remains can be found in the lower forests, the Jatika Heartland.
Then that's where they must have had their visions. Thank you. That answers much and more.
I understand what it means to long for one's family. So believe me when I say that, though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the Third Promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. Will we now? Speaking of which, I have a query of my own for you two.
Oh?
May I request a moment of your company?
Okay. If you insist.
Stoic nod.
Go on, we'll wait for you. Well, Hunmu, what do you got for us?
Actually,
Oh, sorry.
too late for both of us, isn't it? Wuklamat and Kryl are right there. Behind Boko.
Oh, they are. Oops.
Yeah, we both flubbed that one. Thank you for obliging me. First, let us head to the cenote behind this village. Okay, good, we'll get a chance.
So in order to get my answers, we need to find the Golden City. Well, that was my intent from the first. I'll do everything in my power to make it happen. Go on, see what Hunmu-Rook needs. First, we must needs to figure out how to get down to that cenote. This is not the way.
No.
Better.
Yeah, this is it. Kind of.
Nope, this is it.
Yep.
Man, this really feels like a rainforest jungle.
The fact that it's a bit warm and humid here is probably helping. It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mistress Kryle's plea is often my resolve.
Oh?
As the leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the Third Promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Would you tell me of her journey thus far?
Happily.
One explanation later. Is that so? It seems the rite has been a source of great learning and growth for Wuk Evu.
I hope it has for the others, too.
It does me well to hear that. It seems like it has helped the others, just not as much. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst the Zabral, so when she arrived, the village was elated. Such joy I felt when I first held her, and pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
3 years old. An accident, it was said. But I knew better. She'd been pushed.
Oh dear.
Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards the Jatika heartland, towards Mamok. Once bitter enemies, the Mamulja and Zabral had learned to live in peace. But who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act? By targeting the child who would one day lead her people, criminals sought to undermine the futures of the Zabral. I was determined not to let them succeed, so I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote, and gave her into the care of the one person I knew who could protect her. Dawnservant Gulul Jaja.
Oh, okay, this makes
Yep.
all sense.
Oh yeah. So she was born to lead the Zabral. Fate had a greater plan for Wuk Evu. Only the Dawnservant and I know the truth, but I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamuk, then rancor towards the Zabral still burns. I was caught off guard once. I will not suffer the same tragedy again. And so I ask you, not as the Dawnservant's elector, but as a father, to watch over the Third Promise. Defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in shadow. Will you do this for me?
That's our job.
Thank you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliolal, but as a concerned father. Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of this to anyone.
Feetsies!
Yes. Yep.
One moment. I have feetsies to attend to.
I figure take this, get out of the cenote, and call it a night.
Yeah.
So, 1 second, just in case. No, nothing new.
We actually got a lot done, so...
Yes, we did. 1 round of, side quests and 3 or 4 main.
Mm-hmm.
No doodles, we're not going there. Taking a stand. Hunmuruk stands quietly, his expression one of old pain. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please, do not keep the third promise waiting.
No worries, we understand.
I feel better having spoken with you. My thanks.
And it be that time.
Yes. Time to go find seating with drinks.
Unfortunately, I think we're just gonna have seating.
Aww.
I wish we had drinks.
Maybe some Zebrik Pibil?
Got a plateful right here. Oh dear.
That will wait. But, yeah.
Flump. Yeah, that's going to be adventurous. For Wednesday. With that said, you all have a great evening. Thank you so much for coming along. We will be back on Wednesday starting at 9:30 Pacific for more fun times and apparently a trial. A solo duty.
Yes.
Until then, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and I will go ahead and raid Caredwin because I believe he's on and hopefully not as drunk as last night.
He was on earlier, yeah, he's still on now. So, yep, everyone have a great night. Go say hi.